What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the McTako Podcast. Here we are, episode number 5. What's up, Tako?
What's up?
How are things going?
Well, 2020 in the house, man.
2020's
where
gone.
we're at.
No,
2021.
It's 2021 now.
Apologies.
Man.
2021 is here.
Finally.
And, dude, how exciting is it?
Man, it's what? Today we're recording this on the 5th, and today was the official announcement of what this disc is that you guys have seen hidden in every video that I've done in the last month or two, couple months, and it's any video that you've seen Tako and I do, it's pretty much what putter we've been using.
Correct.
As well. Yes. And if you don't know what it is the EMac Judge, and we made the official announcement today. Dee made a post. I made a post on my channel as well. The official box opening, like that was. I mean, you know, a lot of people fake that kind of stuff, but that was legit. Like that was the first time that I touched one of those discs, and it was, man, it's just so like it was very emotional going through it, and it was really cool. It was just it's hard to put it in words, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, totally. I could only imagine. First of all, just having my name on a mold, and then let alone it being on 2 molds.
Right.
And I've thrown that EMac Judge, and man, that is, I mean, I've switched from Wardens to that disc, and there is that difference that you'd mentioned in your video. Like, man, this thing gives you the right amount of glide. You can get the right amount of spin. The little bit smaller part of the bead that's there is like just perfect.
It's there, but it's not there.
I'm not really a beaded putter type of guy.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed micro beads.
Right.
So it's great, man. I'm beyond excited about that disc. And if you guys watched the video, it was a couple videos ago now, but the EMac Judge video that I put out, I did a giveaway on there, and this is probably coming out on a Monday. So I haven't given it away yet. So there's still time to go watch that video, and I'll have the link down in the description that you guys can go check that video out and possibly have a chance to win one of those. And there's only 20 of those.
Yeah,
around.
I was gonna say, so that's a 1 of 20.
1 of 20, and. The rest of them I sent 3 to PDGA for PDGA approvals, which I got an email today.
PDGA.
I got an email today from Mr. Hunneford that they are approved.
Awesome.
And then I sent a couple to some of our tour team. Gave a couple to Tako to try out. Sent
much appreciated.
Sent a couple to Disc Golf Examiner, Disc Golf Nerd, Michael Holt, who's killing the game right now in videos. I love to see it.
Yep.
For them to do a little video on him. So there's not very many left after you kind of hand them out here and there. And these were the blends, and there's new ones coming. I think they're scheduled to be here 1st of February, and I think those are prime plastic, if I'm not mistaken.
They're already gone. Man,
I cannot wait for those. Gone. That's the plastic I want, and it's good that I got these now, because the blend is typically what I'll switch to in the winter.
And it is definitely winter.
As you can tell, if you can't tell how cold we are in my basement right now, the heat has been off in my house for 3 days now.
No.
And it is not cool, but
no.
Actually, it's very cool. But apparently my fan went out, and I've got to get it replaced, and the local heat place told me it's gonna take a couple days. So, but
at least they're working on it. Yeah,
we're surviving, and we have and I have 3 dogs that help keep me a little bit warm. So.
Yeah, they're like little 98-degree blankets.
Yeah, the little heat blankets, and it's fantastic.
Wonderful.
So, but no, guys, I can't say enough good things about the EMac Judge. I'm really stoked on it, and thank you guys so much for all the support and kind words that I've heard. And don't think that I don't want people to think that I get this disc just because, hey, he won Worlds 10 years ago. What's he doing now? And this was something I talked to Jeremy about and actually helped design the disc. And I'm still out there doing things. I'm still out there designing courses, and there's a lot still going on in my world of disc golf, and every little bit helps. And getting to design a putter, something that I was known for was putting in mid-ranges, and to have my name on both is awesome. I mean, nothing short of awesome. So who knows? Maybe next year I'll throw my name on a driver.
Say what?
That would be pretty cool, but we'll see. That's later down the road. Let's get through these judges first. So
yeah,
I'm pretty excited about that. So.
I'm excited for you, man. Seriously, it's an awesome day.
Good times for sure. So, talking about a couple topics that we kind of wanted to run by today. As you guys know, have watched the show, this isn't really anything that we try to keep a schedule on. We just kind of put out episodes whenever, and we've been pretty consistent so far, I'd say, and I think that's going to continue as more people enjoy watching and listening, and we grow kind of a fan base. But a couple cool things that we have in the works is partnering with our favorite coffee brand, Birdie Fuel, up in Long Beach. I almost said Long Beach. Up in New York. Long Island, I think is what I was trying to say. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're going to have a McTako blend of coffee, and we're going to do some giveaways on the show, some samples, and we're going to do some fun giveaways where spot the bird kind of thing. We're going to have a bird hidden, which is going to be really hard because there's a lot of...
There's so much going on in here.
There's a lot of crap in here. I know it, but... It's
not crap.
It's my crap.
It's not even crap though.
It's my crap. So, but no, shout out to Birdie Fuel. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna put the logo on there, and we got a lot of really cool things in the work with those guys. And we had a great meeting with Keith the other day, and just such a nice guy. Just so awesome to see other companies get involved in the sport.
If you haven't tried any of their coffee yet, it is a must. They offer, Eric and I really like the darker roasts. Mm-hmm. His Coffee Mac is probably my favorite roast as of right now. But, there's plenty of other great options, house blends, all kinds of stuff. So shout out to Birdie Fuel. Those guys are killing the game. Great swag, too.
They are. And not just, putting out coffee, but any coffee that you purchase with a player's name on it, they get a cutback from that.
That's right.
You're actually helping the player as well. So there's some great benefits there.
Yeah, great stuff in the works with Birdie Fuel and Dynamic Disc and of course this podcast. So thanks again, Birdie Fuel.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So excited for that. Today actually I got in the mail a new pair of shoes.
What?
Yeah, because over Christmas break when I was playing, I tore basically the toes off of my
those
old
shoes
Solomons.
were hammered.
Oh, they were so bad. And they weren't even that old. I'm just, people say that this is the best shoe for disc golf. Well,
right.
my thing to them is you're never going to win, especially when the industry standard is still concrete. Rubber versus concrete. Concrete's going to win every time.
Every single time.
Every time. And I know you can say, well, don't drag your feet. Well, I drag my feet.
Yeah, good luck.
I drag my feet. I've dragged my feet for many, many years, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. But it is what it is. It's what I feel most comfortable with, and that portion of it isn't going to change. But for me, my favorite shoe to use is Salomon.
Okay.
Salomon used to be involved in the sport many years ago. And I want to say, I don't know if this is true, but Dave Monk, who now works for Keen, actually used to work for Salomon, and that's how he kind of got our foot into the sport, or something like that. I don't know. It's a bad pun, I know, but he since moved on to Keen, and then Keen does a whole lot of stuff for players, which is fantastic. So if you love Keens, that's awesome too. But for me, just the comfortability of Salomon. And
what makes them so comfortable?
Man, I don't know. I kind of have a bit of a narrow foot, I would say, maybe.
Okay.
And they're not super wide by any means, and they're not heavy. Like, I had a pair of Keens, and I'm not disrespecting Keens by any means. I mean, if Keen wanted to sponsor me, I'd probably be like, let's do this. But I did have a pair of Keens, and granted, this was way back, like when Keen was making like the De Las.
Oh, wow.
And the Milos. Those shoes are the ones that I was rocking back in the day, because I think we got them in a player pack or something at Worlds.
Well, that would be sick player pack.
They were a little heavy.
Okay.
A little heavier and clunky almost. And for me, I like to be light on my feet. And
Keens use those Vibram soles. Is that what they're doing?
They do.
Okay.
I think, is that? Yeah, they do. They do, because Salomon does not have Vibram soles. They have their own sole, I believe, is how they produce those. But they are, Salomon, for whatever reason, I like the lace-ups, how it's the quick release laces, what I'm talking about, instead of the tying a knot. I know it's...
the cotton.
I'm not lazy, I promise you. But that's kind of a funny story. Back at years and years ago at USTGC, I had a pair of... Well, I used to be sponsored by a shoe company called Cushy. Yeah, they were called Cushy Shoes, and it was awesome, man. It was a great relationship. They just sent me free shoes whenever I wanted them. And then they went out of business. They
No.
stopped making shoes, or they moved on to something else. I
Yeah.
don't remember what it was. But I was the disc golfer that was sponsored by him, and they had a surfer, and they had like a skateboarder and a couple other athletes, whatever, that kind of the not quite mainstream sports that you see, you know.
Yeah.
But they had a really cool logo, and I had some shoes from them, and they were I just wore the ones out that I had. And so I had an older pair of Solomons for that week that I was using at USDGC. And I don't know if you've ever worn shoes with that buckle system on it, where you pull and then you can tighten them. Mm-hmm. Well, if one of those breaks,
Oh my gosh!
you're not gonna be happy.
Way.
And it broke. I'll never forget. It broke on the beach hole, which is hole 7. Which
Nobody
is
likes sandy feet.
Super early in the round. Actually, that's hole
early.
6.
What's it?
Hole 6. Yeah, it's hole 6. Super early in the round, and they just snapped. And the right foot was not trying to stay on my foot. The right shoe was not trying to stay on my foot anymore, and it was just so bad. Luckily, my caddy at the time had a good pair of shoes on, and we just traded like the right shoes. So I played the rest of that round. I played the rest of that round with 2 different shoes on, and
Somebody else's stinky foot.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was definitely
Burn
someone
that
else's
sock.
stinky feet. But
That's so funny.
But it's cool.
Thank you.
It
Who's your
worked.
caddy? Who was it?
It was Liz Lopez at the time. So
Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, appreciate
That's
that.
hilarious.
And I had to squeeze my foot into her shoe because I obviously had bigger feet than her. So it was a little uncomfortable, but much better than it could have been.
Yeah, you could have been, barely hanging on to a shoe the entire. That is a terrible feeling.
It is.
That's the only thing I don't like about slippers when I'm around my house. Like
right.
If I take a step up the stairs, I'm like, oh, she might have gone.
Yeah. Or if
save
somebody's
it.
walking behind you and you step on
Flat tire. Flat tire.
Yeah, not very cool. But that's what I use. That's my shoe story. What about you? What shoes not just are you rocking now, but what are like your go-tos? Like not just on the course, maybe off the course too.
Okay, that's a great question. So and Eric knows because he's seen me wear these things, but I have these $25 Walmart steel toes that I've been wearing for 7 years, by the way.
Nice.
And people have seen these things.
That's
and
awesome.
They're like, first of all, why are you wearing steel toes? And honestly, I'm kind of like one of those guys where I would rather be prepared to be in crap than
Yep.
and not only that, those boots they have like a leather finish, or whatever, like a rougher outside, so that way it deflects most things that so I'm not getting spurs in those things.
Yep.
And if you do go in the crap, or if you happen to kick something, if you're on a mountain course, they're great for protection overall. They are heavy as hell.
Yeah.
And they're probably not the best.
Clunky, kind of like I said, they're a little clunky. Probably.
A little bit. Yeah. Just, if you're not used to it, I got big, strong legs. I don't. But what I used to really love before I started sporting those, and they lasted me for, I think, 6 disc golf seasons where I actually played a lot of disc golf, like 3 or 4 times a day, were, oh my gosh, how am I brain farting this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they were, they're like beach shoes.
Ooh.
But, they were,
Not like Birkenstocks or something.
No, they weren't stocks.
Okay.
They, but anyways, the shoe, you could put your foot in from the back, and like the heel part would fold down, so that way it could slip on or slip off.
Okay.
I just had it on the tip of my tongue. I'll remember the name because those things were like money. But anyways, they had this rubber sole on the bottom, so they'd grip and grab on all wet surfaces. Nice. Because they're basically beach shoes. They're meant to like walk in the water, get your feet all gross, and then come back out, and then you can still wear these.
Sure.
So I would play disc golf in these, and literally they lasted for Odakai.
Okay.
Odakais.
Odakai. I've heard of Odakai.
Is it Odakai? Or no, what is it? It's not Odakai.
There is an Odakai shoe.
Man, it starts with an O. I'm blowing it. Somebody help me out. But anyways,
let us know.
Yeah, those shoes, and they were like $100. But when I bought them, I was like, oh man, I don't like spending more than $30 on shoes. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm that guy. I know I'm gonna blow them out in 4 months.
Yeah,
So, but
if I didn't get a discount on some Solomons, then I probably would do the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. So I'm definitely going to, and I think the shoes that I'm wearing today, I bought those from the mall. Or if you want to call it a mall here in Emporia, I got it from
shopping
that place,
center.
The shopping center. There's a shoe store, a Hibbett Sports.
Yep. There used to be a JCPenney.
Bath and Body. She gone.
There's a Sutherland's.
A Sutherland's that you can't access from that side.
Yeah. There's a movie theater. Yeah.
But anyways, like I went in there and I bought these $30 pair of shoes and I was like, score. And these are going to be, they're very similar to those Olakai, not Otakai, Olakai. That's what it is. It's a Hawaiian brand. But anyways, that and the steel toe shoes, those two are like my go-tos.
Nice.
I feel like I can do anything in those. I also used to wear Vibram 5 fingers.
Okay.
Those blow out a lot quicker than you would think.
I don't think I would like those.
They're great, actually.
For my toe drags, I don't know if I would like them.
Actually, well, I drag toes too.
Okay.
And they stay pretty stable. The only thing, I think the number one thing with those shoes were during rainy rounds, you can immerse yourself in the wetness.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to wear, nobody likes a wet sock. No. Don't be one. Don't wear them. Right. So the 5 fingers let you immerse. I used to make putts in puddles with those shoes on and everybody else would be like, oh, I'll just take relief behind it.
Yeah. No, so I'm getting in that water. I don't care. I'm getting in that water.
Every day of the week.
That does remind me though. I back when I was first starting to play pro and kind of start to get out there and play more events, I did buy a pair of shoes. I want to say they were from Walmart. I think they were Walmart shoes. They were like, but they were New Balance, I think, because they were all black and they had yellow ends on the side. And
sounds like New Balance.
That does sound, but I don't know if Walmart carries New Balance or if they used to. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Maybe I'm thinking of two different shoes too, where I bought these and they were I think I did. I think that is right. I think there was two different shoes, but I think it was the same weekend. I won a tournament. I think it was in Salina, Kansas at the Rock. And I bought these New Balance shoes, and I don't think those were from Walmart. I think the other ones that I bought later when those tore up were from Walmart. But these were called my 1075s because I bought them and then had a 1075 rated round in them.
Shut up.
It was like
that's such a high number.
It was dumb. It was just one of those days that everything was clicking in one of those type of rounds.
That's amazing.
And then the other shoes were Walmart shoes that I bought with the Velcro on them. And I think I called them my Sam Walton Classics.
Sam Walton.
Yeah, the Sam Walton Classics.
That's
and those things
awesome.
they were good. And you're absolutely right. If you're gonna tear up shoes, there's no point in spending a couple $100s on a pair. Like,
unless you got that kind of money rolling like that, do whatever you want.
Yeah, or if they're given to you. I mean, that's another thing too. But
freebies are great.
Yeah, that's shoes will add up much like discs. Shoes will add up in the long run.
You have a lot of shoes now.
I do have a lot of shoes.
But I noticed that you only wear a couple.
Yes. That's accurate too. I do have a bunch of shoes and I don't know what it is. I've got a pair of actually I still have a pair of my snow boots that I wear like if it's snowing or we're hiking or if we were to play in the snow, or cushies. Those are still cushies, and I've had those things for probably 15 years.
Those are some good shoes.
And
why did you go out?
They're still waterproof. My feet are still dry, and they're amazing.
Where did you get those for free?
Yes, I did.
Cushies, you guys. Where are you guys at?
I know you guys need to come back. I should hit up their old school CEO and see what he's up to. See if he wants to get in the shoe game again.
Like how many of those cushies you got on?
Oh man, that'd
in
be
a warehouse
so
somewhere.
Sick.
Hidden.
Give me some more. Come on, what you got?
Right,
what you got?
Let's bring them back.
Yeah. So off the shoe line now. Let's give a disc away. Let's give this one away that we gave away last week, and we asked you. I think this one we asked what my favorite ace was.
Mm-hmm. And most memorable ace.
Yeah, most memorable ace. And there was a lot of fantastic comments. A lot of people were correct in answering. But the winner for this one is Mr. Tanner Allen. So Tanner, props for winning the disc. But thanks for watching the show. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for engaging with us. Hit me up. You know how to do it. Facebook, or I don't know if you can message through YouTube or not. But if you can, send me a message through there. Instagram, however you want to do it. Just get a hold of me with your address, and I'll get this bad boy shipped out to you.
So lucky, dude.
It's so beautiful. Somebody hit me up on Twitter, actually, and said, if I don't win it, can I just buy one from you?
Oh, gosh.
And
if there were any left.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the last one that I had, especially the double stamp one. So.
Oh, they're so dirty.
But brings me to my next point. Might as well do another giveaway. I'm all about these giveaways this year.
I'm okay with that. I think
we've done a lot of giveaways. People love getaways. People do love getaways too. But giveaways are fantastic. And this one here is a Lucid X Trespass from the 2019 season. So it's a little bit older, but it's brand new still.
So good.
But it's pink with this beautiful blue stamp. And this is because Tako and I actually did a round
That's
been about 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's still nice outside.
Yeah, it was still nice out. I haven't edited it. I've still got all the footage. I need to put it together, but we did an all EMac round, and I can actually talk about it now.
Yes.
Because I think I told somebody that we did an all EMac round at the country club, but I didn't tell them the specifics.
Right.
So the specifics of this video were EMac Truth, EMac Trespass, and EMac Judge. And those are the only 3 discs that you can use in this video. And it was so much fun. Country Club is a big course, and we got through it. We survived.
We did the dirty on that course, and it might have done some dirty to us, too.
I think it did. It 100% did. So, but I want to give this bad boy away. Excuse me. I want to give this bad boy away. And Tako, how are we going to give this one away?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So the last one we gave you was a softball, per se. So this one's a little bit more challenging. Eric asked a trivia question on one of our previous episodes, and that trivia question was, who threw off the first Disc Golf Pro Tour shot?
Yep.
The very first one thrown.
Yep. Who was that player?
Who was the player?
Comment down below who that player was, and we'll get a winner going for this bad boy right here. If you guys haven't tried this, the Lucid X Trespasses yet, or even the Hybrid X ones that I know Brocker did a run of, and you may see some more of these in the future, but man, this disc is just amazing.
It's really good. You've been having me throw it, and I really like it.
I've been ripping on these, and I've actually put like 2 or 3 in the bag. I think I have 3 of these in the bag right now, and these are, man, it's honestly like I'm reaching for it before I reach for my Raider right now.
I think I remember like one of the first rounds where I saw you throw it, and it was hole 14 at Peter Pan, which is about a 400 and something foot hole. It's shorter than 400 feet.
Up the hill, right?
At Pan?
Yeah.
It's like, 15 is down into the corner.
Yeah. Yep.
So this one, I guess
the one
it's
that plays
kind of
up, it's like along
up to the right.
Yeah,
or up to the
wire and
super long hyzer. Eric busts this out and just smashes it, and it goes like 80 long.
It went a little long.
And I mean, like, there was no tailwind or no wind for him to be able to like really, he just threw it that far.
Just mashed on her.
And then get this, he jams the comeback putt for a silly 2.
Was that on a video?
Was it?
I don't
think that was video.
I don't think we videoed that day. I don't think we have any videos at Pan, do we? Oh, what?
We need some.
You know what? It was on video. But it was on that wolf video that's never going to see the light of day.
We got to do, we're going to have to go back out to Pan.
We're going to do it again. We're going to do this wolf video again. It was great. It was, who all was in that? It was you, me, Anthony,
Logan Harpool, and Isaiah
Esquivel. What a great group. And
it was so much fun.
I'm dumb. I had the setting wrong on my camera, and the entire thing was filmed in slow-mo. So it's, unless you guys want to watch a 13-hour video of us just moving super slow.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
But,
run it back.
We're going to run it back. We're going to do it again. And it was such a fun day. We may play a different course for it, though. We'll see. That was particularly fun because we played the 20-hole layout.
That's right.
That's what we did.
We got a key that day.
Yep.
And we were able to move the basket from hole 5 to the amphitheater,
which is a permanent hole.
And then 18A is in the ground.
Yep. So we were able to play 20 holes that day, which is, something that not a lot of people get to do, but it was pretty cool. It was great, good times, but we'll do it again. We'll make sure it happens again. But we do have a lot of videos coming down the queue. You just released the EMac Judge video, obviously, and the Tough Shot worst shot doubles, which was so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. That was the first time that we decided to go out and film and get emotion and talk.
Right.
Get
I'm excited to see it because I know I was like,
it's pretty cool. I mean, I'll be honest, the ladies played better than the guys that day.
Typically.
They 100%
They did. It was like Eric and I were just hitting trees and
just kept using my drive all day long.
Yep. So
and
prepare yourself for that.
And Carly was jam session on putts for sure.
Thank goodness.
It was awesome to watch for sure. Yeah. So that video came out, and then we also the same day did an alternate shot that you'll be seeing come out. We got the all EMac round coming out, and then we need to get out and film some more.
It's been really cold though, so
it has. It has been really cold.
Snow on the ground.
Yeah, it's finally gone now, but I hear there's more in the forecast coming. But I think that's supposed to be hit or miss kind of thing, and it's supposed to be in the 40s for the next couple weeks, and I think that's.
Is that weird that I feel like that's tolerable?
It is. In the winter, it totally is, especially when it's been 20.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so yeah, 40s are. If it's 40 and sunny and not windy, it's.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, like today was like 50 and not particularly windy.
Yeah.
And it felt nice.
Yep.
It felt like, yeah, I can do this. Like, let's go do something outside. Past couple days have been like that, and yesterday we took the dogs to Redding.
Yeah.
And ran the dogs at Redding Lake, and it was a fantastic day.
Just leaving the new footprints because I'm sure nobody else was out there.
No, not too many people were out there.
Oh yeah.
On the trails for sure, but it was sloppy. It was definitely sloppy.
That's such a good word.
The truck. If you saw the truck, I don't know if you saw my truck today. I washed it since then. But when we were at work today, it was filthy. It was. That's
probably why I didn't see it because your truck's black.
Yeah,
and it was brown.
It was definitely brown today. So. But so what else we got? What else you want to talk about today?
I think one thing that I was thinking about was. I would definitely say I'm more of like a advanced player, lower end pro for sure. So, but for me, I've been playing for a really long time, right? One of the first things that we talked about was how long I've been playing, 12 or 13 years old. So when I first started playing, my grip was extremely unique. Besides me being like, an amateur and not knowing what the heck I was doing, I used to take my index finger on backhand throws. And place it directly on the rim and push down basically on the rim.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, if you like throwing 250 feet when you throw as hard as you can, that's about how it works out.
Maybe we need to have a video where we play with.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't
You're going to have a slight advantage here because I've never done this before.
Yeah, it's such a weird grip because I felt like I was almost fan gripping it. But I know that this pinky was still really tight. And I was using this finger as like a directional. Yes.
Yeah.
So one day, my brother-in-law, his name is Jay Trumbull. He lives out in Newcastle, which is by Rockland, California, NorCal. He's looking at me, and I'm like 20 something at this time. So I've been playing for years throwing this way. And finally, we go out, and I think we're at this park called Schweitzer, and he like looks at me and he's like, dude, what are you doing with your disc?
What's going on here?
I was like, what do you mean? He's like, no wonder you've never thrown it far. I was like, what? He's like, dude, take that finger and wrap it underneath the rim. Take this index or the middle finger and wrap it underneath the rim, and then just rip it like this. Keep your thumb here. So my grip has been this two-finger grip, two-finger power grip since then.
Still to this day.
Once I changed it from my finger being off the rim, it was like 80-foot difference.
Oh yeah, and probably more control.
Way more spin, way more control. And I was like, dude, what was I doing for this many years? And then, thank you, Jay. I hate you, but I love you at the same time.
That's
buddy.
Awesome.
Yeah, he throws, I've seen him actually bang like a 415-foot skip ace.
My goodness.
It was one of the sickest aces.
That's insane.
He threw it so far. But yeah, that was a pretty sick. But anyways, thank you, Jay, for that. Tell me about your grip. How has it changed?
Honestly, it really hasn't changed a whole lot over the years. Like, I was fortunate enough when I first got into the sport that I guess I just learned the right way or from the right people, maybe. But I never really adapted to the power grip because we never had all of our big rim drivers were not big rims. We didn't have big rim drivers back then, so you didn't have to have more grip on that disc, and I don't have the biggest of hands, so already it's kind of a strike one. But the only time I will put all four of my fingertips on the rim, on the underneath on the rim, is if I'm in an open field or I've got no danger whatsoever, and all I'm trying to do is throw this thing as far away from me as I can.
So you use the 4-finger power grip for the mash.
Just the mash. Just if it doesn't matter really where it goes.
So what is the, would you say, feet distance? Obviously you're going to lose accuracy.
Yes.
So how much more feet are you gaining for this?
Not a terribly lot. honestly.
Like what, 40, 50 feet?
Maybe 50 feet. And at that distance, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, I've always said take consistency over distance any day of the week.
Right.
First off, but you know, for me, it has always felt more comfortable to do a kind of a modified power fan grip, kind of a stacked grip, I guess.
Yeah.
Where you know your index finger, where it bends at the top knuckle, is kind of resting on the bead or the bottom of the disc.
Okay.
And that is the last point of contact for the disc. When you're throwing, that is the last absolute point of contact spinning off your finger. And for whatever reason, I got a nice callus right there, but for whatever reason, I've always just felt that was the most comfortable. And then my other fingers are obviously, I mean, you can see on this disc right here, it's a clear disc, you know, that my fingertips are on the flight plate of the disc on the bottom, not the rim.
Wow.
And it's the same with my putters. It's the same with my mids. It's no matter what disc I'm throwing, I like to keep everything consistent. That way there's no room for error in that. You know, if I'm erring on something, I can pinpoint what that problem is because everything's the same every single time. I like to release every disc typically. I mean, if you watch me, you guys have watched me play, you know what I throw like.
Right.
Everything comes out with a hyzer, a slight hyzer of some sort. And my goal is to throw the disc, no matter what disc it is, the exact same each time and let the disc do the work because you can only control the first, 10 feet out of your hand, maybe?
I think it's like disc, once the disc leaves your hand, you're no longer in control.
Yeah, especially in the wind and all that. But you can't control the disc after X, Y, Z. And, you know, you got to let the disc do the work and you got to trust that disc. You got to trust the mold to do it. And that's why I think I don't particularly throw a whole lot of super overstable discs or a whole lot of super understable discs. I just like that neutral flight, like the EMac Truth, the Trespass, the Explorer, the Evader even. You know, all those discs are kind of similar as far as they just like to fly nice and straight.
You know, one thing that I have noticed over the amount of time that we've played disc golf together is you are so good at the A to B shot, right? Which is the hardest shot in disc golf for everyone out there.
Explain what that is.
A to B, straight line. Mm-hmm. To put it on a rope for a straight line, for it doesn't matter what distance, whether you're throwing a putter or a mid-range or a driver, if you can throw it A to B, you are killing it because that's the hardest shot. The natural shot is the hyzer.
Sure.
Everybody's going to miss. If you miss, it's going to be hyzer most of the time. What I'm saying is that you have perfected the art of throwing it dead straight for a long time.
Which is kind of weird looking at where I grew up playing.
Right here.
Super windy and fairly open.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to worry about navigating trees and hitting lines and all that.
Right.
But, you know, for whatever reason, the discs that I have chosen have just flown really straight. And for me, it's just easier to get from point A to point B on a straight line than it is worrying about coming in at an angle or the right height on it or the right speed, you know, the right angle coming into the green.
Accounting for a skip.
Exactly. That's why I mean, the most beautiful shot to me is that one that just goes dead straight. When you can throw a disc and it just goes dead straight, there's nothing better than seeing that.
That is so true. You know, Anthony made a nice film of you ace running hole 16 over at Jones West, where you hit the front cage for the the 18 under round.
Yeah. That was
that was an EMac Judge. But when you threw that, like for that specific shot, like you had to put a little anhyzer on it. But that is, I mean, you're talking about 4 feet, 5 feet maybe that disc is moving from left to right over 230 or 40 foot span. That's amazing.
A little hyzer on it, you mean?
Because
it came out with hyzer.
It came out with hyzer, and then it went like this.
It
and
had to flip a little bit, but there was a bit of a headwind there, so I had to, you know, modify the shot for that a little bit. But it definitely came out with hyzer, and I thought it was good.
I mean, it was good. I mean, hit metal.
Oh man, last hole, so close to ringing it up.
But, the flop shot that Eric did at the end was the best.
Somebody made a comment. They called it like a starfish or something like that. It looked like a starfish because the still shot of the video is just me laying there and I look like a starfish, which is pretty funny. I never heard that before. So
that is funny.
I thought that was great.
Nice.
But no, grips are weird. I mean, there's so many right ways to do it, and there's only a few wrong ways to do it, to be honest. And if it feels right in the hand, I mean, unless you're doing something really crazy and bizarre, I don't recommend it. But if it feels good, do it.
So I guess this is kind of along the lines of grip. I knew a gentleman in San Angelo. His name was Kirk Trevina. And Kirk used to take the index finger and put it on the top of the rim.
Weird.
With his thumb extended. I don't know if you got, it's kind of like, you know, when you do that circle and you're like, here, look at this.
Yeah.
Anyways, you do that. But then his middle finger is the only finger actually on the underneath part of the disc. And then the top is just the two. And he rips it.
I've seen people do that before.
Hyzer flip straight as an arrow. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Where it's like you're making a fist and it's just your middle finger's hanging on the disc. And he rips them so...
Old school. That feels like an old school shot.
Right, yeah. No,
Is he an old school player?
I mean, he's my age. So
he's been playing a while. Kind of.
Yeah, I think
what's he throw?
Our PDJ
Does he throw anything new? Or is he one of those like... that still has like
he was
DX
I think he was like an Innova dealer, I feel like, in San Angelo. I feel like he was doing that. And you know, he'll throw, you know, he liked wraiths that were flippy.
So
anything
plastic.
Anything flippy, that cuz he was, you know, he does the same thing you do. He releases on a little bit of hyzer. And he was able to get that snap up.
That little hyzer release just comes from, for me at least, from playing for so many years, and back when I first started, it was only really flippy discs. Is all that we really had. The truth, we didn't have anything super overstable.
How do we explain Nico?
Yeah, that's a great question.
He's been playing disc golf for days.
He's been playing for a very, very long time as well, and he definitely
forces everything.
Yeah, I think that's just because he's a little ball of fire, that kid. And
just a little one.
He's 30 years old, but yeah, he can mash on a Frisbee.
I'm not doubting any of that, because he throws it stupid far.
Yeah, it's fun to watch too.
You know, and that's funny that just to bring up, like, Nico's one of those guys, and even you, I would say, there's a certain level, right? So let's say you say somebody's 1,000 rated. That's great. But when you see somebody that's 1020, 1030 rated, these guys are at a whole different level of disc golf and what can happen.
Yeah, true.
And if you've been in that, which you have, you were rated. What was your highest rating?
1031, I think. But this was like 1031 back when that was like,
you had no propagators.
There was only like 10 people in the sport.
Yeah, so 10 propagators.
Yeah,
which is insane to even get those up that high. But anyways,
yeah, it's not like it is now.
Yeah, but like 1030, I mean, you know, that's a whole nother ball game of disc golf. Yeah. So it's just funny to like. You know, and anytime you see somebody making that path, I think Brody's a great example. Like, he's at the 1,000 rated. Let's just say he's 1,000 rated, because 999.
999 is 1,000.
I'm gonna give it to him. Once he goes to 1010, okay, that's another spot.
Yep.
But then if he can get to 1020, I feel like there's a lot of floating around that 1010 to 10 teens.
He's gonna get to 1020. Maybe not next year. Maybe next year too. But I think he'll get there quicker than you think, because I think he's only focusing on playing.
Yeah.
And playing large events where you see a little bit more, I'm going to use the word, inflation on ratings. So he'll get there. And nothing, I'm not taking anything away from the guy either. I mean, he's a solid player, and he'll get to 1020 in my mind. No problems. Yeah, no problems whatsoever.
I'm excited to see any type of growth. Any player that gets themselves to 1020, congratulations, because that is putting in
I'm just
work.
Excited to watch him play this next year. And you know, I don't think I'd consider him like a best friend, like we're good friends or anything like that. But, you know, if we're in the area, we're going to hit each other up and play. Yeah. But he's just so fun to watch. He really is fun to watch, because he has that golf background. And, you know, if you watch videos of Brody online from like 5 or 6 years ago, where he's doing the ultimate trick shots and is loud and maybe obnoxious is some of the words I've heard people throw around, and just loud, I think is a great way to explain it. Night and day on the course during a tournament round. The dude is the most professional I've ever seen in my life, I think. I mean,
he has a clean fit too,
or something like that. Yeah. But he takes care of himself. He looks good when he's out there. He's quiet. Yeah. He's respectful, and it's fun to watch.
Nice.
And that's what I like to see. I watched him at the the DDO this year, and he impressed me. He really did.
And that was early on, so
yeah, that was super. I mean, it's the first tournament back.
Right.
Might have been his first.
It was
Pro
the first
Tour.
big one, yeah.
Well, it definitely was his first Pro Tour. Well, no, I guess did he play Waco? No, I don't think he played Waco. Maybe he did. I don't remember.
He did play Waco.
Okay, it was the first one back after the off season 2.0, but it impressed me, and I can't wait to watch him. And there's so many young guns in this sport right now. It's amazing. My goodness.
There's a lot of good talent out there, and they just keep getting bigger, stronger,
younger.
Just multitask, which is good because I watched a video the other day, and it was kind of like making fun of millennials. Which
they're like 30
it's
now.
It's fine because every generation gets made fun of.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, millennials, which there's anywhere between 18 to 30, you fall in that category. But this girl was doing a job interview, and it was just like the guy was like, "Yeah, you need to be here at 8 a.m." And she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't understand." And he's like, "Yeah, you got to be here at 8 a.m. in the morning. What don't you understand about that?" She's like, "Well, like 8 a.m. in the morning, like."
They have an 8 a.m. now? There's
she's like
8 o'clock in the morning now?
She was like, I was on Twitch last night until 3 a.m. and typically I get up at like 10 and then I go to Starbucks, and then she reads off like this 30-second long, order from Starbucks. And then she's like, yeah, it's just not gonna work. And it's funny to think that these kids coming in and playing disc golf now are putting in that time and effort. Yeah. So not falling underneath the stereotype of the millennials. We appreciate all you young guys out there and gals for crushing it.
Oh, for sure. And it's amazing to watch some of those young kids just crushing the disc and taking the sport serious.
Yes. That's okay. So we just talked about your highest rating that you had. Was that your best year on tour? And if it was, what year was it?
Oh, man. Probably. I think that's probably pretty close to. That would have been. I don't know what year.
Give me a time
was.
frame.
2008
which you think
was by far my best year on tour. I know I won Worlds in 2010, but I won my first major in 2008.
And that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it like to win a major?
Oh man, it's
on a personal level.
I mean, ridiculous to be honest. Like it's what your goals are. It's like top of the food chain as far as your goals are concerned, I mean, obviously Worlds was my number one goal. Right. And before that I wanted to just win anything and everything. And I won a lot of events that year. I didn't win any NTs that year, but I was in the hunt each one of them. And this was before the Pro Tour. So I remember I think I finished like top 5 in majority of them. So I was really close to winning, and then that whatever it was, it just clicked during the Players Cup that year, and I think it's in November or December, some late in the years. I think it was November that we played it down in Crystal River, Florida, on a golf course, and it was a great experience. It was Barsby and I battling the entire weekend.
Hey, Greg, come on, Greg.
And that was when he was like first on the scene too.
Nice.
Like getting like we were both kind of hit that scene at the same time.
Yep.
And it was great. It was so much fun battling Greg. But yeah, my best year was, I want to say 2008 for sure. And that was probably close to my highest rating, I would say. 2010, I was probably rated 1030 as well. But
okay. That's still solid.
I could go back and look, but I know
somebody
for
else
sure.
will know.
I know for sure 2008 was my best year on tour.
That's awesome.
It's crazy to think that was so long ago.
No, it's 12 years, 12 and a half, whatever.
Yep.
Well, still, that's all. So 2008. So how many events in 1 year, and was this part of that 2008 stretch? How many events in 1 year do you think you
did I play?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, the most in a year. I know.
They have this thing called the internet.
Well, good thing. Well, let's just talk about somebody who's played a lot of events in 1 year. Emerson Keith.
Yes.
Hit up 73 events, which was like the record that year, I believe.
I believe it was. I think that's been broken though.
It has since
by
been
another
broken.
Texan, obviously, because
100 tournaments. I think that guy played.
Yeah, and it's really easy. Well, I shouldn't say easy because nothing is easy to do, and that's definitely not easy to do. But the fact that Steve-O Story down in Texas runs Flex Start Fridays, and there's almost any given weekend throughout the spring, summer, fall, you can play 3 sanctioned events in Texas, in Dallas. It's insane. It's insane.
So much going on.
Yeah, back when I was traveling, let's see, 2008 would have been a good year. I played in, where does it even say it on here?
You got to go down a little, right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I played in 39 tournaments.
Okay.
39
so let's just,
tournaments.
If you guys don't know this, there's only 52 weeks in a year.
I played a lot of golf that year.
And
that was probably the most, is maybe 2010.
It's 36.
36. So I was hovering around the 30s for most of my, and a lot of these, is just some tradition events like down in Texas. Look at this, 3 events in Texas to start the year every year, and then go out to Vegas and Memorial and all that. So
as I'm looking at this list, there is, out of 36 events, I think I see 1 C tier.
Yeah.
2. There's an XC, but that was a doubles that he played.
XC, that was
XC,
World Doubles.
World Doubles.
Yep.
But the rest of them are B tiers, majors, and Ts.
Mostly,
and
yeah.
A tiers.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are trying to get out and be a road warrior, those are kind of the numbers.
That's kind of what you have to do.
That's kind of what you have to do. First of all, to help you get better.
At least that's what you used to have to do. It's a little different.
I guess now you can do like the 20 events or whatever that they have. But honestly, like if you're trying to get into it and really, how would you say this? Like chisel yourself.
Yeah.
To being a touring pro, hammer out these events, these A tiers, these B tiers.
Local A tier and B tiers are definitely ones to hit up. I mean, play as many events as you can, honestly, because those are definitely the events that help mold you into the player you are. And playing if you're a new player on the scene and you're just playing NTs and Pro Tour events, you're going to get your butt kicked a lot.
Be okay with being
you're going to get humbled
last.
A lot, and it doesn't hurt to go out and play some local events and maybe just be in contention.
Right.
Even if you're in contention for a win at a B tier, who cares? You're still in contention. It's still those feelings and you got to overcome and you got to focus, and it's all still there. So every event that you can play in the beginning is definitely worth it. You learn so much from playing tournaments.
So the tournament's mindset should be rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Do this one. This one's going to be very similar on a lot of different levels. Rinse and repeat.
Yep.
And, hammer out all the good things that you're doing and kick out all the bad.
Hammer them.
Hammer them.
Hammer them. So my first year as a PDJ member was 1997.
Let's go.
Played 2 tournaments. The Mighty Shunganunga B tier,
which is still around.
The 7th
annual VPO.
Look at
Veterans
place I
Park
got
Open.
that one. Look at that. What's up?
He got a single there.
I got a single digit
little
victory
podium
there.
finish.
Me and Eric.
Oh, 25 people.
Yeah.
That's a solid
Intermediate.
W.
It's a Texas event, man.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't been to Texas area,
oh, it's so awesome.
There is so much disc golf in so many different areas. Of course, make your way up to DD Carrollton and say what's up to our boys Steve-O and Brad.
Yep, please do.
Don, Olivia's there as well. So
yep, quite often.
Hopefully you will see him as well.
And Fridays, play one of their Flex Start Fridays.
If you like
awesome events, and they have a rolling ace pot.
Yeah, if you like chasing the ace, these guys have $1,000 ace pots like every Friday, and their doubles ace pot. Well, it's low now, but it gets up $800, $1,000. That's stupid money, and probably you're probably paying no more than $10 to get in and play that.
Yeah, it's worth it.
I would say so.
It's definitely worth it. So
yeah, and sometimes you'll catch some big names out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and you get a sanctioned round, you get a rated round for some of those events, and and you get to support Steve-O. He's a good dude.
Love him.
One of our good friends. So.
Yep.
Awesome, guys. Well, I think that's pretty good for this week, or this episode rather, because I don't know if I don't even know when this is coming out yet. But
we could do like a Jeopardy thing and film like 8 episodes.
8 in a row.
And
just knock them all out.
Yep, same outfit.
Ooh, yeah. Just change shirts.
If we were Alex Trebek, we could just wear the same suit and nobody would care.
Nobody would know. Yeah.
We're all just
R.I.P.
mystified by, R.I.P. Alex.
R.I.P. Alex. Is it Alex Trebek?
Yeah. Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
You suck, Trebek.
Oh, man. That's all I can think of now when I think of that. So that's so good. So good. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, trivia question, who was the first player to throw the first shot at the inaugural Disc Golf Pro Tour? And I'll even give you where the course was. It was Maple Hill.
Woo!
I'll give you the course. Maple Hill. Who was that first player? Comment down below, and you can win this beautiful pink Lucid X Trespass. So, thanks so much, guys, for watching. Who knows when the next one will be? If you guys want, comment down below as well, like different topics you want to hear us talk about or videos you want to see us do. I don't know if I told you this, but I just ordered the dice online.
Oh.
Disc dice, I think is what it was called. Nice. From those people. And yeah, you just roll them and it tells you what you do. So we're going to do that one day.
I have seen it on a couple videos, so I'm excited to do that one.
Do you remember when we played Tough Shot and we passed that group that was playing Ripped?
Oh yeah.
The dude hit me up.
Oh, nice.
And said, "Hey, I've got an extra set of Ripped. I'm going to send it to you." So
that is so cool.
We're going to be playing Ripped as well. So I'll give him a shout out, official shout out later on when we do the video and all that good stuff.
That's so cool.
A lot of stuff coming out, a lot of good times. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Peace.